Before this video starts, I just want to say that I can stutter a lot and I might need to catch my breath, and uh, I'm bad at explaining, and I'm sorry for the bad audio. I'm not really much of a fan of recording my voice or anything else because I like making videos instead. So I'll start with Cole. He loved his mother, he loved his sister, he hated his father because his father was a, let's say, male Karen, and he was very abusive, and yeah. His father killed his mother and older sister in front of his eyes, which took away his smile from his face. And after a month or two, his expression stayed the same, expressionless and almost emotionless. So he put him in a lab, and that's how Cole got his radio form, which gave a lot of pain to him and a new huge insecurity for him because he hated it. Sorry. And then let's say Cole, uh, and then let's say Cole managed to escape, and his father wasn't shocked or mad. In case he was happy in such a crazy way. He made his son so he abused his son even more than he should. But Cole, his mindset got used to the abuse and he showed no expression. But he did show some dark expressions and sweating and something like that, and tears, even though his expression he couldn't show expression. And every time Cole wanted to smile, he would always remember his traumatizing past, and that's why he can't smile a lot. Now let's go to Zeon. Zeon had neglectful parents. They were manipulative and almost not parents. No, not almost not parents whatsoever. They were just evil. And Zeon loved his little sister a lot. He always sat with her on her tea parties because that's what he was happiest most at. And she had a little bunny stuffed toy which he made for her by his own hands, and he learned since he wanted to make her happy. And yeah, she sorry, she she got slayed by the hands of his older brother Leon, not Ned, Leon, and Leon then disappeared suddenly, went missing suddenly. Okay, and then the parents also disappeared for mysterious reasons. When Leon also disappeared, just left Zeon and Net alone. And then the past moon guardian before Zeon came and found them, and he eventually adopted them and saw Zeon as the future moon guardian and Net as the future sun guardian. So he talked to the sun guardian about it, and he said, and they said they will think about it, but he was pretty sure they were going to become the future guardians. Now Ross came and ruined the happiness and the discipline of Net and Zeon. Ross came and brought his shadows to keep the elementalist away and kill the moon guardian with a goo that when it suffocates you and doesn't allow you to breathe. And the past moon guardian knew he wasn't gonna survive, so he passed the role to Zeon, even though he knew the consequences of giving it early to a young kid. So after his death, Zeon was devastated, of course, and so was Net, but he had to get better in a way. But here's what I meant by the consequences. Zeon, what's the benefits of becoming the Moon Guardian before becoming a specific age? Oh, you become a lot stronger and you have more opportunity to train. But the consequences is that For example, he tried drinking water, and then suddenly he gets a bad headache, and it keeps getting worse until it gets into a migraine and gets extreme. Then then he feels pain all over his body extremely, and he starts crying, shouting, or screaming, or roaring. And whoever around him cannot help him because they know this is what it's supposed to happen. And it only lasts for 5 minutes, but it feels like forever for Zeon. And after he cries and reminds himself of what happened in his past, he keeps telling himself he deserves it. Although if you done mistakes in your past, you should learn how to learn from them and try forgiving yourself. But that was not the case with him. The only reason why he smiles is to make others happy. If he feels happy or in a good mood, he wants to ruin his happiness and his mood immediately. He reminds himself of his past, he tries to make himself sad, and ends up succeeding. And he only smiles to the person around him to make them feel comforted and happy. Only for the person around him, because he does not care about himself and he lost value of himself. He only sees value in others, which he wants to be happy, which he wants to protect and wants them to be happy. And yeah, that's Zeon. Now Drew from the future AU. He's the son of Opal and Fanatic. Fanatic belongs to the Fanatic 14. Okay, so he looks a lot like Fanatic, almost like he got all the looks from her. He got the same hair color and the same eye color, but he got the species half cat, half human. Okay. But Drew, when I designed him, I've always given him a dark, sad personality, and now I want to give a reason why. Okay. The reason why is when he was young, he was playing with the ball. They were having a family gathering and having fun, and then he was playing with a football ball because Opal used to play it and still does. Okay, and then he kicked the ball really far off into the forest, so he went after it. Big mistake. He picked up the ball, turned around, and guess who he saw? Ross, no other. Of course he got scared at first. 2 minutes later, after staring at each other, Drew with fear and Ross with emptiness, Ross gave this big, sharp, grinned smile, and screaming was heard from the forest, birds flew off, and of course Opal was the first one to run there. The scene was horrified her because she saw her son. His head was bleeding, his chest was bleeding, his back was bleeding, and she saw his veins were black too. She knew it had something to do with Ross as soon as she saw the veins of her own son. And Drew somehow survived with the help of his grandfather, Zeon. But Drew's state wasn't okay. He completely changed to a very cool kid. He will only answer if you ask him a question or try talking to him. He will not talk or try starting a conversation by himself, which is he's a lot like a character of mine from the present time called Zachi. Okay? But Opal, it hurt her a lot too. Look, Opal, she's half cat and half human. She cares a lot about her children, and she has strong mothering instincts, so she lost her appetite for food, she wasn't able to sleep, and cried more than usual. And it really affected her, so her older brother whole family tried comforting her, and nothing comforted her. And I don't think, I'm sorry, it's a Fanatic 14, but Fanatic's comfort won't help either because she started overthinking the thing. She only got better when her son started crying when she cries. He told her to try eating. She only got better because Drew wanted her to get better. And she did get better. And Drew promised his mother he'll try getting better too. And his mental state became better than before. He started talking conversations sometimes fast. And he did his hobbies. He talked to his siblings. He played with his siblings, but he didn't smile. Just a cold kid. Not cold. He was quiet and became more shy. So that's why most of the time, and the reason why he can't smile is because every time he tried to smile, he feels all the pain that happened to him that day. All of it. And he even feels the fear he felt that pain that day. Okay. And then what else? He most of the time when he tries to remember that memory, it's blurry, but he remembers it. It's blurry. But when he tries to smile and then he remembers it, it becomes so clear to him. Everything becomes so clear to him. Okay? That's why Drew most of the time is almost very sad and quiet and closed up. Yeah, that's why. Before I'm ending this video, I just want to tell you straight off that Ross's main target is the Solera family. Solera family, he wants them to go down to history, gone, dust, just vanished. That's it. For example, Lausanne has a best friend called Rice. Rice belongs to Lotus Plague, okay? And Lausanne cares about Rice, right? But Ross ends up targeting Rice too, because Lausanne cares about him. And he knows if he gets rid of them, the mental state of Lausanne or his family will get bad. That is if they get very close with the person. If they're a best friend or a husband or a wife or, yeah, he just wants the Solera family sad. That's why Opal has an insecurity of weakness. That's why Faith has an insecurity of looks. That's why Lilac has her curse of not stopping to smile, even though she genuinely has a cheerful personality. That's why Lausanne feels so. That's why Lausanne is an overthinker and has more insecurities, a lot of insecurities. That's why Zayn became literally started crying on the ground because he lost his family. That's why Violet started helping others when she couldn't help her own kids. Ross is the reason. Ross wants to terrorize the Solera family. That's it. That's why. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. So I hope this video interested you and you learned more about my characters. I hope you didn't get bored, and I'm sorry for my bad explanation, and I'm sorry for stuttering and for the bad audio you're about to hear when you start the video. Thank you again, and have a good day or night, and I hope your future, your days in front of you are more brighten up. Goodbye. See ya. Sorry, I'm not good at this stuff.